Hi there. Since you're watching this video, I bet that you are considering buying or selling real estate. And today I'm going to talk to you about three really important terms for you to know as a buyer or a seller when purchasing or buying real estate in Texas. The first thing is to understand what is an option period. An option period is at the onset of an executed contract for residential real estate, and it is the time period that a buyer has negotiated in order to do their due diligence, make their final decisions about this purchase that they are considering making. And an option period can be anywhere, we commonly see 5 days to 10 days. And it really depends on, from the buyer standpoint, are you dealing with multiple offers? How appealing are you trying to make your offer look? And then it also depends on how many type of inspections you need to have. Are you going to have a septic inspection, just a general inspection, pool inspection, because that time period is your time period to have all of those inspections done, and then also to negotiate your any needed repairs or price reductions due to needed repairs, because the easiest time to negotiate those is during your option period. Because if the buyer feels like the seller's not being reasonable and giving them what they want, then they can terminate. And during the option period, the buyer can terminate for any reason. They could have gotten cold feet, or they found another property that they like better. They can terminate for any reason. Now, the second term is option fee. And an option fee is what the buyer is paying the seller to take their house off the market, so that the buyer can make all of their final decisions. And so the shorter the option period, the less the option fee will cost. Or if it's a lower priced house, then the option fee will be less. We see anything in Austin, I see option fees being anywhere from $250 up to, recently I had $5,000. And that was a situation on a luxury property where we had multiple offers, and two of the buyers were really trying to make their offers stand out, not only by offering a higher price, but they were also offering a very high option fee. And when you do that as a buyer, you are telling that seller, hey, I like your house. I really like it, and my intent is to go in here and buy this house. You're kind of also signaling, I'm not really looking around at other ones right now. I'm just looking at yours. Because your option fee is not refundable to the buyer. If they terminate for any reason during the option period or after the option period, they, as the buyer, will not be getting their option fee back. Now, if the contract closes with that buyer, then the option fee is applied to the buyer's costs at closing. So in the end, the buyer can get it back. There's also a place on the contract where the buyer can check in the beginning that the option fee does not apply to the contract price, but that's not what we commonly see. So far we've had option period. That's the time that the buyer has the unrestricted right to terminate once they enter into a contract. And then you have the option fee, and that's the fee that the buyer is paying the seller to take their house off the market for the buyer to make their final decisions. Option fee does not get returned at all. Seller gets to just go ahead and cash that check as soon as they get it. The third term is earnest money. And the earnest money is the money that the buyer will pay at the beginning of the executed contract. It's held in escrow with the title company, and it is showing the intent to purchase this house or property. Land, could be a condo, a single family home. And that money is held at the title company. And at the end, once the property goes and sells, of course, the earnest money is applied to any of the closing costs and purchase price that the buyer has. And the earnest money in Austin is typically 1% of the contract price. It could be higher if the buyer is trying to also catch the seller's attention and let them know how much they really want their property and make their offer stand out on someone else over another buyer's. Those three terms, and they're all three important for buyers and sellers. We have option period, option fee, earnest money. If you have any other questions about real estate, feel free to look at some of my other videos, or you can also reach out and contact me. Amy Brossette with Keller Williams in Austin, Texas. Thanks so much.